Today we'll be reading What About Theia by Trans Ace with a Pan. This is the first fic in a 4-fic series. It is on Wattpad, AO3, and a few others. There are 12 chapters. All trigger warnings will be in the description if needed. So here's the summary.
It felt like a distant memory, yet he had no idea where it came from. His dream burned into the back of his core, giving him an unsettling feeling. He didn't like it. He didn't like not knowing. Why were Mars and Venus shocked when he told them about this? Did they know something? Why won't they just tell him? Who was Theia? We shall go on with Chapter 1. Hey, you're Proto-Earth, right? A whimsical voice asked. Yeah? Can I help you? A molten planet questioned, his gaze wandering. My name is Theia, the planet smiled. I was wondering if you wanted to be friends. Friends? Proto-Earth's eyes widened. With me? Well, why not? Theia grinned. Proto-Earth looked around, spotting Venus, a planet that once had surface water and microbial life, and now had a rough and rocky surface, as all the water he once had evaporated due to the volcanic activity and high temperatures and pressures on his surface. Proto-Earth felt bad for him, yet he knew deep down that he wouldn't be able to keep it stable, as Venus was the second closest to the sun. Proto-Earth recalled Theia hanging out with him multiple times. Hello? Theia to Proto-Earth? Huh? Oh, sorry. I dozed off for a moment there. It's okay. So, do you want to be friends? You don't have to say yes. Why do you want to be friends with me? Proto-Earth asked. Theia frowned, humming as she looked around. I don't know. Do I have to have a reason? I mean, no, but you just seem lonely. Proto-Earth blinked. Lonely? The molten planet glanced around, seeing that Mars, Venus, and Mercury were hanging out. Jupiter and Saturn were talking. He couldn't quite make out what the other 3 planets were doing, but he assumed they were also together somewhere. Oh, I suppose I am lonely, Proto-Earth frowned. Theia looked at him before smiling. Well, don't worry. I'll be your lonely buddy. Lonely buddy? Yeah, we can be lonely together. Theia twirled around him. That sounds nice. Proto-Earth smiled for the first time in a while. This is a game that I like to call Asteroid Dodgeball. Theia presented an asteroid to Proto-Earth. Whoever gets hit with an asteroid first loses. Proto-Earth nodded, already intrigued by the game's mechanics. He gravitated an asteroid towards him. All right, ready? Get set, go! Theia shouted as she pulled the asteroid held in her gravity back and launched it at Proto-Earth. The planet's eyes widened as he quickly dodged out of the way, throwing the asteroid at her. The game went on for a while, the duo going back and forth with their asteroids. Some planets stopped to watch the game, such as Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. This game looks fun, Mars spoke, smiling a bit. Whoa! Theia gasped as she was grazed by an asteroid, knocking her off balance and causing her to spin on her axis. Theia, are you okay? Proto-Earth let go of the asteroids in his gravity, worried for his friend. Yeah, the planet laughed. You caught me by surprise there, Earth. Sorry. Don't apologize. That was the most fun I've ever had. Theia grinned. Proto-Earth looked at her, feeling his core warm at the sight of the other's smile. Really? Really? His lips curled into a small smile. I'm glad. Oh, hey, Venus. I didn't see you there, Mercury spoke, inching away from the other to give him some room. Venus said nothing as he watched the scene. Hey, Earth, look what I found! Theia floated up to him, spinning around. An asteroid? Proto-Earth muttered, confused. It's not just any asteroid, Theia huffed, turning it around. Look! On the other side was a drawing of the two of them, holding hands with a carving above it saying, Lonely buddies forever. Theia, yes? We don't have hands. Theia gave him a look. It looks nice, though. Proto-Earth smiled awkwardly. That's what I thought, Theia smiled. I'm going to carve some for the others. I'll be right back. Theia turned to float away, but Proto-Earth called her back. Wait! The brown planet looked back at the other. Yes? Proto-Earth hesitated, the words dying on his lips as her eyes looked into his. What was he going to say? Come back safely, all right? Proto-Earth pulled a strained smile. Okay? Theia raised an eyebrow, giggling a bit. See you later, Earth. Hey! Theia yelled as she was flung back, nearly crashing into Proto-Earth. Whoa, Theia, are you okay? Proto-Earth asked, immediately checking her over. I'm fine. It's just Venus. Theia sighed. Proto-Earth glanced up, meeting Venus's glare. What's up with him? He's officially lost all his life, Theia spoke. Oh. He's just having an off day. He'll be better in no time. Theia nodded to herself, keeping her composure. You believe that? Proto-Earth asked, looking at her. Of course, Theia smiled, meeting his eyes. A moment went by in which they were silent, staring at each other softly. Earth? Thank you. Theia blinked, surprised. For what? Helping me. Proto-Earth smiled, his eyes crinkling. Without you, I would probably be alone forever. Don't say that! Theia lightly glared at him. There are loads of planets around that would love to be your friend. Proto-Earth chuckled. I'm just glad to have one, which is you. Theia grinned, leaning forward. Proto-Earth's eyes widened. What are you doing? Giving you a hug. Isn't that dangerous? I tried it with Jupiter and nothing happened. Come on, just let me hug you. You don't have to do anything. If you're so sure. Theia moved slowly, latching onto the other's orbit and leaning in. Proto-Earth froze upon sensing a feeling of relief and comfort. It felt so warm, despite their contrasting temperatures. He leaned into the hug, letting himself relax. That was his first mistake. Excruciating pain followed as a scream erupted from both of them, one of them dissipating into the space around them, spreading out into pieces of debris, becoming non-existent. Earth saw colorful blurs and a bright light before everything around him faded out. That is all for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye!